you're struggling to come up with ideas for your network marketing content to promote your business, and I've been saying that you shouldn't post your product photos, you shouldn't post your network marketing company's material, that generic marketing material, because it doesn't work, plus it makes you look spammy and salesy. But the question is what to post about, what to write about, what to say. So I'm gonna give you one quick tip in this video, so stick around, it's gonna be useful. It helped me a lot when I understood these things. And if we haven't met, my name is Edith. I'm a former struggling network marketer, and I was struggling because I hated prospecting. Not that I hated it, it didn't work for me. I felt uncomfortable, I didn't feel authentic. It was breaking my integrity, so obviously I wasn't going anywhere, and then I found a way to get my ideal prospects to come to me. Instead, it removed the whole thing, there's no room for feeling shy or awkward anymore, because my ideal prospects now come to me themselves. So in terms of the content, I remember when I first jumped on social media and I tried to do something, obviously the natural thing to do was just post directly about my business, directly, the photos of my products, my opportunity link, and so on and so forth. And it didn't feel right, so I didn't do a lot of that. But I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what I should be creating content about. Maite, aš dabar išėjau truputį, aš darau čia video, gerai? Prašau, išeik dabar. Eik, tėtė atėjo. Baigiai darbą, tėtė? I'm sorry. Ačiū, mažutė, gerai. Eik truputį, netrukdyk. Gerai, katinėlė. I'm sorry. So, anyway, it was a big problem for me, but obviously, eventually I learned how to do it. So obviously the very first thing is you need to know a little bit about your prospect, about your ideal prospect, what kind of person might want your stuff. And once you know that, you can actually create content that resonates with them. So obviously there are various ways to come up with to define your ideal prospect. So you need to know what problem you're solving, you need to know what kind of people would want to solve that problem. But once you do, then it's very easy to understand what they might want to hear from you. And there are many different categories of content, there are many different topics, but this one thing actually is helpful that I'm gonna give you now, because it's just so easy to even make multiple pieces of content. And what you could be talking, basically your goal is to educate your prospects. Okay, you know that these people might want your stuff. Okay, if you've done your homework and you've done your targeting, but they might not necessarily know much about your specific solution, your specific product, whatever it is, why it works, and so on. So education is key. And one of the things that you can do is talk about the mistakes they are making right now. Okay, and that will help them that will help them trust you in the first place. It will basically position you as an expert, because you'll be addressing them and also telling them of what mistakes they are making. For example, let's say if you are in weight loss industry, you could be talking about what foods they are eating and they shouldn't if they want to lose weight, or if they fall into certain category of people, what they should not be doing, or maybe they should not be sleeping for 10 hours, or maybe they're making a mistake by sleeping less than certain amount of hours, and I'm just making these up. I don't know for sure, but once you know your target market, you know, you can sort of know what are the common mistakes they are making and just create content about it. And you know, the other thing important to understand is that there is absolutely no point to add everything you know in one piece of content, make a big post and so on. Just do one little point in every piece of content and just talk about that. First of all, it's gonna resonate much better with your audience, because too much information, nobody wants too much information. People get confused and tired from too much information. So you need to give quick tips, just one topic, one mistake per piece of content. And the other benefit of doing it this way is you will have material ideas for a lot of content, you know, for a lot of pieces of content. And obviously, here is another sort of advanced tip for you if you are creating content about mistakes. By no means you want to sort of make them feel bad about themselves. You want to let them know that it's not their fault. They are making this mistake, but it's not their fault. For example, you can say something, okay, so you mightn't know this, you mightn't know this, that, you know, you should need this vegetable, for example, banana, if you want to lose weight, because banana contains a lot of sugar. And I'm making this up, and so on. And I know, and you can add, you know, and I know it's not your fault. I know this kind of advice is all over the place, you know. So you don't want to make them feel bad about this, because if they feel, you know, for them it's gonna connect in a strange way. They might start feeling bad about you, you know. So make sure to mention that it's not their fault that they didn't know about this. It's not their fault that they are making this mistake. But obviously educate them by showing them what they could improve. Instead of doing this, do that. Instead of doing this, do that. So when you define your target market, come up with 10 common mistakes that you see people are making as it relates to your industry, as it relates to the solution that you are offering, and create content about it. It's very easy. And this even works if you are talking to somebody on one-on-one basis. It also works because you can weave these things into the conversation as something comes up, you know, but again, make sure you say something along the lines, you know, and I know you might not know this because of XYZ, but here is one common mistake people are making, and if you're doing this, you know, maybe you want to switch from this to that. And that, I don't mean your product or your solution. Don't just sell your stuff that way, okay? Let them get help from you before you even offer anything to them. It works much better, and also it educates people. And even if they don't buy from you now, at least they will still feel good about you because you've given them useful information. So I know creating content can be a little daunting when you are first starting on social media, but understanding your target market helps a lot, and it's a must if you want to become a marketer, and if you want to remove the awkwardness from your daily life, from how you operate. You absolutely need to understand your target market so that you talk to them about stuff that they are willing to receive. Very important. And that's was one of those points where it changed everything for me. I no longer talk to random people about my stuff, and not realizing that these people have no interest whatsoever in my stuff or in solving that problem that I'm solving. And is that, well, everyone is your prospect is a big BS. And try to be intentional and strategic with your content so that you attract automatically, passively, your ideal prospects to you. So one of the ideas for you to create content about is talk about the common mistakes that your ideal prospects are making. Educate them on that, and by doing that you're gonna help them, and by helping them you're gonna create trust in you, and position yourself as an authority. So I hope this was useful, and come back for more training. At the moment I do 2 live videos every week, and if you find this useful, give me reactions and share this with, if you know somebody who would benefit from this, please share this as well. And thanks very much for watching. I hope you are having a good day. And by the way, if you would like to recruit new team members without having to prospect at all, if prospecting makes you feel icky, grab my free video at viesnow.com/get cure the shy networkers cure. And thanks again. Have a nice day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye now.